Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a tiny little story that packs a huge punch. It's about raccoons on a highway, of all things, and we're going to break down exactly how it manages to create this incredible sense of dread with just a handful of words.
So let's just dive right in, shall we? Picture this, an abandoned American highway. The last car is roared past, and that deep, humming silence takes over. You know that quiet? That's the moment the human world finally shuts down. And, well, something else wakes up.
You know, when you think of a bunch of wild animals, you probably picture chaos, right? A mess. But that's not what we get. Instead, we get this quiet, deliberate ritual. And it's that feeling of unnatural order that immediately sets your teeth on edge. Just look at that. 3 simple words. They line up, but man, do they carry a lot of weight. This isn't just a random scattering of raccoons foraging for scraps. This is a formation, an assembly. And that implies intelligence and a scary, shared purpose. And this is the detail that's just so brilliant. It shows you how precise this whole thing is. They're literally using the rules of our world, those faded yellow lines meant for our cars, to conduct their own totally mysterious business. They're in our space, but they're playing by a completely different and much older set of rules.
And here's the part that really gets me. They're all staring, together, in this same direction, down that empty road right into the pitch-black darkness. That shared gaze taps into a really primal human fear, you know? The fear of a threat that you can't see, but they can. It just fills you with this dread and makes you ask, what in the world are they all looking at?
Okay, so this whole creepy, organized vigil, it's all governed by one single absolute command. And this is the moment the story goes from just being kind of strange to having real life or death stakes.
See, that's not just a guideline, it's a strict protocol. It tells us there's a hierarchy here, a system, and a very specific trigger for when it's safe to move. That phrase, the last raccoon, makes you think of a leader, right? Or maybe a sentinel, a lookout? This whole thing feels less like animal instinct and a lot more like a patient, military operation just waiting for that all-clear signal.
So every rule has a penalty for breaking it. And this one, well, it's chillingly simple. The story knows we're sitting here wondering about the stakes, and it's just about to lay them out for us.
And I love this part, because the story asks the exact question that's rattling around in your head. It's such a clever move. It just holds us there in suspense for a beat, right before it drops the hammer. Classic storytelling, and it's done so efficiently.
And there it is, the answer. Just think about how final that is. Not injured, not chased off, just gone. Vanished without a trace. The punishment here isn't just death, it's complete and total erasure.
Okay, so get ready because this is where the story just flips everything we thought we knew on its head. I mean, the danger on a highway is obvious, right? It's cars. But we are so wrong.
This right here is the big twist. The real danger isn't the cars we're all familiar with. No, the true threat is something unknown, something that can only come out when it's totally silent. That lack of traffic isn't a sign of safety. It's the one condition needed for the real predator to show up. The silence itself is the warning bell. So the question now is, what is enforcing this terrifying rule? Who's the executioner? You might think it's some monster lurking in the woods, but it's not what or who you'd ever expect.
Did you catch that? The road is what delivers the judgment. The road itself. That strip of asphalt and faded yellow paint, it's not just a setting anymore. It's the judge, jury, and executioner. It's become this ancient, impartial force that just claims anyone who steps out of line.
And that's where the story leaves us, with this one final, haunting question. And of course, it never gives us the answer, because what we don't know is always way more terrifying. What kind of thing hunts only in total silence? What could possibly be so dangerous that it forces this incredible life or death ritual night after night? Leaving us here turns the story into this piece of modern folklore that just gets under your skin. So I'll leave you with that. What do you think they're listening for?